I like to think of my desires, compulsions, frailties as if they were children, little kids, calling for my attention. My relationship with those weaknesses is like parenting a child. If we ignore our children, they make a lot of noise, demand our attention. Make loud shouting, I am here, right? Or maybe sullen, sad, try to manipulate, make a trick. Maybe we fight with the children, right? Argue, yell, say, hey, you do what I want. They say, why? Because I said so, right? That works well, right? What do? They shout back at us. Push instead of will. What if we parent our children, treat with respect and dignity? Do not ignore or yell. Nurture and support. Pay attention. Think. Instead of fighting, we redirect towards what we consider to be sustainable, desirable. Do we develop a more powerful and deep relationship then? It makes the work of parenting easier, more rewarding? What if we approach our personal challenges and weaknesses in the same way? Instead of fighting, ignoring, yelling, pushing, we accept, acknowledge, listen, and guide. Do you think we might create a relationship with our challenges, our weaknesses, that strengthens us instead of exhausts us? I remember an important story of an addict who cheated on every one of his important relationships by paying for intimacy with other women. Although all relationships he had ended in disaster, he could not stop. For years, he fought with his impulses. Start a new marriage, end a new marriage, right? Fighting did not work. Eventually, he found assistance that helped him change his look, his perspective, flowing like the Tao, away from the resisting his urges, to seeking more of what he wanted, listening to his urges. Slowly, with great attention and effort, he turned and built more meaningful relationships. And he's saying, it's like when Jason brought Orpheus with him. You know the story of Argonauts, Siren? When Jason brought the bard Orpheus with him to resist the deathly song of the sirens. The song of the sirens that led to disaster was still there, but every sailor's attention was on a more beautiful song. He says, my recovery is like that, listening to a more beautiful song. I was deeply touched by that story. Not only did he learn to overcome his weakening impulses that were destroying his life, but he learned a deeper, more meaningful way to live. If you won't watch, you can see a documentary, 2005, by Kaveh Jedi. It's called I Am a Sex Addict. So I not talk so much about overcoming our weaknesses, but redirecting ourselves into where we want to be, using our inadequacies, using our frailties, using our compulsions as challenges that teach us, right? Never stop reaching for a teacup. Engaging in a relationship with those frailties, with those impulses, with that which weakens us. Not an adversarial relationship, not make a fight. Listen. I think this process maybe reflects two principles: the inherent worth and dignity of every person, justice, equity, compassion in human relations. I'm reminded of the 27th phrase in the Tao Te Ching. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost, however intelligent you are. It is the great secret. No, Tao Te Ching really say that. That's good. When I think about my own frailties, my love of drink, my urges to chase younger women, I think maybe how weaknesses not be so despised, but a part of my life, like a natural part, like my bad man, make of me a good man, Teacher. What is my life, my world, without a teacher? Doesn't the teacher learn when teaching? Think about 9th verse, Tao Te Ching. Fill your bowl to the brim and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife and it will blunt. Chase after money and security and your heart will never unclench. Care about people's approval and you will be their prisoner. Do your work, then step back. The only path to serenity. I am too old, too tired, want too much to grow and learn to give my energy away, fighting, pushing myself. I find a way to listen, I find a way to learn, I find a way to think about what my weaknesses try to show me. I nurture my strengths. I use them. I seek ways around my frailty. I engage with all of who I am, weakness, compulsion, frailty, and all. Listen to what nature has to say about my life. Kind of parent my frailties, my shortcomings. And so, I learn more myself. I let those times where I feel out of control, those times where I'm full of weakness, teach me the relationship that I strive to develop, that accepts both my strengths and my frailties as part of my whole. I say we benefit through contemplation that in so many things we call our frailties. We benefit from that contemplation. In them we find better ways of motivating. More knowledge, better skills. So you remember the story of the teacup, right? Just because we're frail does not mean we stop to strive. Just because we feel weak does not mean we cannot find strength by listening to that weakness. So now you think about those areas where you feel unskilled, incompetent, unprepared, inept, out of control. We could make a whole list, right? You think about it. Are you crippled by those fears? Does your body not demonstrate the strength you wish it had? Are there times when you behaved not up to your expectations? Think about them now. When you feel ashamed, weak, incompetent, out of control, tell yourself, it's okay. That was then. Think about what you needed at the time, what you were looking for. Whether or not you're okay still now. Has your life gone on? Is it okay now? You're here. Excuse me. Go forward like Carl Jung suggests. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate. It oppresses. So meditate upon the ways you can develop a healthy relationship with your challenges. Accept them, manage them, parent them. Maybe that can help you. It's helped me. It has been enough to make me want to stay in this old drunken man's body, listening to its aches, its pains, its urges, deepening my understanding of myself. So now I leave you with some final thoughts from the Tao. Men are born soft and supple. Dead, they are stiff and hard. Plants are both tender and pliant. Dead, they are brittle and dry. Whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death. Whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life. The hard and stiff will be broken. The soft and supple will prevail.